Hey everybody, we're down here in Branson, Missouri. And I went to one of those places where you can find all the flyers and things of stuff to do in the area. I want you to take a look at this mess I got laid out here. Look at this. And this is not even scratching the surface of things to do down here. So, you want to know what we did when we were down here? We didn't do any of this. What I did was I did a search and trying to find things that we could do for free. And it kept us busy for 2 full days of just things to do that didn't cost us anything to go and do. Now, this is in no way a comprehensive list of free things to do in Branson because that would just be way too much. Even as it is, I'm probably going to have to break this video into 2 parts of everything that we did when we were down here. So anyway, let's get right to it. Take a look. So the first place that we went was the Shepherd of the Hills Fish Hatchery. Doesn't cost you anything to go in there and see how the operation works. It's very interesting. They have a video that they play there that tells you step by step exactly how it works from the time when the fish swim into the hatchery to everything that goes on in between and the release of the fish back out into the lake. It's really an interesting place to visit and to see the operation that they have there. They show some of the animals that are in the area that maybe you don't want to pick up because they bite. So it's good to kind of see those things there kind of up and personal, so that if you're out walking around you might know not to mess with them. Here's one of the side views of one of the tanks where the fish can swim up to the glass here. You're able to see them. It's pretty impressive, the fish that come into the area there. A lot bigger than what you think. And so if you're ever out there fishing in Lake Taneycomo, you might have a chance to snag one of these big guys. Size of some of these fish are pretty impressive. And it's kind of interesting to note that all of these fish were bred and raised right there at Lake Taneycomo. One thing that was really neat that was going on when we were there was that it was time for them to start gathering up fish that were ready to lay eggs and be able to get all of that. So we watched them here gathering them up. These are the fish that had swam up into there. And this guy, I don't know how many pounds of fish a day this guy scoops up, but one thing's for sure, he doesn't need to go to a gym because he does plenty of weightlifting every day right there scooping up these fish. And what you're going to see is these fellows that are standing there next to the trough. They'll be checking these fish to see if they have any eggs in them and if they're ready for that. If they do, you'll see that behind this fellow here there's a little opening there along the wall, and they'll toss the fish into those little openings if they have eggs and they're ready to go. There you just saw one guy throw one in. Otherwise they just drop them back down into the water there and they'll go right back on out into the lake again. So it's pretty an interesting process of how they gather up these fish and the way they strip the eggs and the whole bit. If you ever get a chance to go, that video is really informative of how it all works. I just never knew what was all involved. Now you'll notice that some of these fish, they try to get out and try to jump the wall. Here's one here. He just might make it. Oh, he just falls just a little short of being able to get out of there. But maybe next time. I think there's another one coming up here. He's going to go for it and see if he can get over the wall. There he goes. He's going to go up. He's up. He's up. He's almost to it. Oh, just missed. Well, the next time you're down in Branson, put the hatchery on your list. It's a great thing to go and see. Well, now it's time for us to go and wet our whistle at the Smith Creek Moonshine Distillery. It's right there on the landing. It's really a neat place to go to. All you need is a valid driver's license that shows that you're of legal age. You just put that in front of you up there when you go up to the bar here, and they take care of you.
And not have to chase it with Prilosec.
I've tried to send them.
You shouldn't have to crush up at times and snort it before a bender. I'll take my health really seriously, clearly. One more cinnamon, brother? Because I think you started on apple pie, didn't you?
Yeah, I've had the cinnamon.
All right, perfect, my friend. I sure do appreciate you, my friend.
Bigger jars.
That's a good problem to have. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, people like dumb jokes and free booze. I don't get it. No, is that not just super clean on that cinnamon though? I love that one. And honestly, I still keep Fireball at my house with my friends, but I keep this for my good friends. Show them where they stand. Apple pie. Everybody does an apple pie, which makes ours different. Ours is a Dutch apple pie. If you're not a baker, that means there's green apples as well as red. So you have that tartness of the Granny Smith to counterbalance the sweetness of the red. To me, it's the mildest of all the flavors. This is the one I'll take to a friend's house if I'm not sure they can handle moonshine, and I want to break them in soft and get them hooked. It's a gateway shine. First one's free, right? Take it to your friend's house and be like, just a taste now. Be like, man, you can't more of that moonshine. That's a great one for sitting around a campfire, bonfire, grease fire, tire fire, anything romantic. We're in the Ozarks, nothing says I love you like a tire fire. You want that forever smoke?
Well, after that stop, it's a good thing that we used the trolley to get around downtown. The trolley's free to ride. I believe there's around 13 stops that it goes to. You can see some of them have a television set there that kind of tells you a little bit about the area and what's around there to see. It's a pretty nice little ride. They've got wood framing all around on the inside, kind of gives it that old-time look and kind of takes you back into the old trolley days. So it's really a nice way to get around downtown. You don't have to drive, fight the traffic, just jump on that, don't cost you a thing, and you can see all of downtown from the trolley. One of the things to remember is that one of the stops is at the RV park that's right there by the landing. So you might want to take that into consideration if you're planning a trip into Branson and you're going to be staying at the RV park there by the landing, that you'll be able to just jump on a trolley and it'll take you wherever you want to go. Using your GPS is a real nice way of knowing which stops you want to get off at. Just follow yourself right on along and then you'll know where to jump off at. Shopping's always a free thing you can do. Well, to clarify, actually, looking is a free thing to do as long as you have some self-control and you don't buy everything that you see. Fortunately, we're all real good at just looking and we don't do much buying. So it's interesting just to see what's in these little shops and what they have to offer. They're kind of unique things you just don't find everywhere all the time. And it's always kind of a fun thing to do. Here you see Grandma, she likes her bling. And she always likes trying things on. There's Sheila in the background. She's got herself a corncob pipe that she's trying out. But Mom always likes to put things on and model them for everybody. Some nice mini pearl sunglasses she's got going on there with the price tag hanging on her nose. The next stop that we had gone to was the Branson Museum. They take you back all the way from the times of which Indians were native to that area and just kind of walk you through the whole progression of the town, the whole area, how it built up, some old pictures of what the buildings used to look like in the area. Pretty interesting just to kind of take a step back in time and to just kind of get an idea of how the area built up. One of the things that also showed people who were instrumental in building the area up and the things and the events that were available at that time. Didn't even know that Donald Trump had a beauty pageant in that area at one time. So who knew? So it's pretty interesting to go back and see those things. The Owen Boat Line Company that did float trips takes you back in time to see the way they done it back then, all the way up until present day. Still one of the Owens Boat Line trucks for the Float Trip Outfitters still sits out there in front of the Bass Pro Shop down there in Branson, right there by the landing. Okay, I'm working on part 2. What's going to be coming up is where to go to find history on Table Rock Lake and the dam and how it was built. That's probably one of the most interesting videos that I've seen, documentaries, is at that place. Also, we're going to show you one of the places where you can go and hear live music for free. And last but not least, we'll be showing you what happens when the local high school and the landing collide. You're not going to want to miss that. Hit that subscription button and we'll see you for part 2.